Everybody, welcome. This is your boy Jay Dinkins. As always, this call is for everybody a part of the Employee Exit Plan program, whether you are in the EEP, that's short for Employee Exit Plan community, or if you are in our digital program, which is like one step below getting to the Insiders Club, whether you're in the Insiders Club, which is like our most requested program, or if you're in the Mastermind. We do these calls every Monday. They are mentorship Q&A calls, meaning you're going to get some mentorship. You're going to get some value based on different topics, but then you're going to also have an opportunity to ask questions based on that topic. All right. So every Monday this happens. Well, let me rephrase that. The first 4 Mondays of every month, because in cases like this month, there are 5 Mondays in this month. So it's going to be the first 4 Mondays in every month. The first Monday is always going to be our digital boss call, basically teach you how to build digital products and do different things. Last week was really cool because we talked about digital products, but we also talked about, social media. The second Monday of every month, we do our business, finance, and tax call. All right. And then our third Monday, we do either Airbnb furnishing or business credit. And then the fourth Monday, we either do Airbnb or just overall mentorship. So this is happening, every Monday. Well, the first 4 Mondays in every month. So this week, it's business, finance, and taxes. Like I did mention to a few people who were on before we start this recording. Today, I definitely appreciate Raisha for taking her time out to do this with us. She is actually spending some time with her kids, her grandkids. And, she could have easily said, you know what, let me reschedule, but she said she's going to take some time out. So today's going to be slightly different. We're not going to go into the first half of where we like really kind of break down some stuff and give a bunch of information. But what she's going to do is she's going to, introduce herself and everything. But then we're going to kind of flow right into the Q&A. So make sure you guys have your questions available. Please don't be shy. Don't hesitate. Don't try to wait until the end, because I want to give her the opportunity to get back to her grandkids. Okay. So with that being said, I want to break on Raisha. I've known Raisha for years.
My God.
She has always, somebody got their phone unmuted already. We'll make sure. So I've known her for years. I mean, she's a beast when it comes to anything numbers, when it comes to anything money. Honestly, she's just our go-to person. She does everything for myself and Yvonne, and she just really knows her stuff. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So I'm gonna go ahead and invite Raisha back to the stage. Where she goes? I lost her. Okay, there she goes. So yeah, you should be able to unmute yourself. I'm going to pin you for everybody, and then you'll be good to go.
All right, cool. All right, here I am. So thank you so much, Rel, and I really appreciate you and Yvonne for the opportunity to kind of speak to your platform. Like Rel said, we've known each other for many, many, many years. And I love doing business with them. Him and Yvonne are dope. We are partnering in quite a few things, and they're a pleasure to work with. So as he mentioned, I am at Chuck E. Cheese with my grandkids. And so I did decide to still jump on the call and be able to take some questions and whatnot from you all. So I will start by telling you just a little bit about myself. So I consider myself a finance guru. I am 44 years old. I am originally from the Bronx. I currently live in Charlotte. I worked at Columbia University for 11 and a half years as a financial analyst. I have a master's degree in financial services. I have a bachelor's degree in business management. I have a finance company. I believe we're in our 20th, maybe 21st year of business. Started out as tax preparation only, and we have evolved. We now have, we've had for years now, bookkeeping and accounting services. We offer payroll services. One of my clients actually here in Charlotte, he owns barbershops. He's the only barbershop in Walmart, Black-owned business. He has a contract right now with Walmart to, in the next 10 years, open 100 barbershops in Walmarts across the country. So he's one of my largest clients. I am involved in Airbnb. I have a few Airbnbs, and I am actually opening my own barbershop this week, as a matter of fact. So I've been super consumed with that. I love to make investments, calculated investments. But as Rose said, I am a numbers person, an absolute numbers person. Everything I do, I start with numbers, with budgets, and I back out of that into anything that I'm going to do. I love bookkeeping and accounting, kind of understanding how finances flow through a company. Some of what I talk about when I do the presentations is like the payroll piece of it. For one, the bookkeeping part super important because it's very important understand and know where your money's going. You know, lots of times you're like, I make this, I make that, I make this. It's cool, but it's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. And hard to ever get.
Hey, did we lose her or is it my computer? Let me know, y'all. Am I frozen or is it or she's frozen?
Accounting and bookkeeping is super, super, super important. So I
Yeah.
encourage anyone.
What is wrong
There
with
we
you?
go. See, Stacy, your phone is unmuted. So you know what? Let me
Oh,
just
my bad.
hold on. Hold on. Let me just do this. So hold on. Mute all. I can't. All right. So Rob, let me.
Okay, great. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, wonderful. So I was mentioning the cosmetologist. She has had over $50,000 in just eating out. You know, again, some. So that or whatever. If you're spending a lot of money in an area that's not helping you to earn money, looking at your books at least every 3 months, looking at where the money, how the money is flowing, can help you make some adjustments. So you might say, you know what? Let's just say there's 3 different ways that you advertise, right? And you're spending the majority of your money in one particular category of advertising for your business. But that particular category of advertising is not what's bringing you more revenue. People are actually not signing up. You know, they're not really purchasing your service. Well, you might want to take that money and reallocate it someplace else. But again, if you're not paying attention to your numbers, if you're not looking at your numbers, it's hard to kind of figure that out. A lot of people don't look at it until tax time. You know, it's time to do your taxes. Now you want to roll everything up. You want to look at every single thing in December. Well, if you had the opportunity to make some adjustments or save some money, it's too late now. I mean, yeah, you have the opportunity to do it next year, but what kind of adjustments could you have made in March if you looked at it? Because then you have the other quarter, you know, the other 3 quarters of the year to make some changes. If you look at it in July. So I'm sure you guys get my drift. So that's the one thing I say about bookkeeping. That's the importance of understanding your numbers and paying attention to them so that you have the opportunity to make adjustments. The next thing I want to talk about is I push payroll services really, really, really heavy because oftentimes we don't pay ourselves, right? And you may not think you really need to pay yourself because, hey, it's your business, right? All the money's your money anyway. Well, see, part of the problem is when we take that business money and do personal things with it, you kind of lose because now you can't write off those expenses. You know, you want to go get your hair done or your nails done or buy your kid a pair of sneakers. So you take the business bank account, you know, you take the card and just go swiping and get, you know, get your kids some sneakers, summer clothes, school shopping, Christmas, whatever the case might be. Well, when it's time for you to do your taxes, you just throw away all that money because it's not tax deductible. You can't write off school tuition. You can't write off, you know, sneakers and clothes and summer shopping or vacation if it's personal, right? But if you're paying yourself a salary, let's just say you sit down and you say, you know what, you can't even really, unless you're really working from home, you can't write off all of your utilities. You can write off a percentage of it if you do some work from home, but how would you like to write off 100% of your life, right? In order to do that, I suggest you sit down and determine what are your monthly expenses, right? Okay, you got $1,700 worth of monthly expenses. Great. Pay yourself a $1,700 salary. So this way you can transfer the funds via payroll from your business account into your personal account. That's a payroll expense. It's 100% a write-off on your tax return. But now you're taking that same $1,700 and paying rent or mortgage, car payment, car insurance, the sneakers, the hair, the nails, all those things. Whereas you wouldn't be able to do it had you just taken a card and swiped it. So my suggestion again, payroll is super important. And even aside from just your regular living expenses, give yourself some breathing room to actually, you know, enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know, you're working for your business, you are your own employee. Pay yourself. And the great thing about, you know, payroll when you're the owner is you can pay yourself whatever you want. You know, this month may So I'm doing the best that I can to give you guys as much information to get us started. And when we, chop it up again next month, I will be able to give you guys some level of presentation. So we talked about bookkeeping and accounting services. We talked about payroll services. And I mean, we're out of tax season for business, but it's still important, that you guys understand that your income statements, which is what you get out of your bookkeeping, profit and loss statements, balance sheets, things like that are the information you need to in order to file your taxes. So we are only halfway through the year. You all have the opportunity to double back and, get your bookkeeping in order if you need the service. More Money Matters is glad to provide you with the service. If you actually want to train, if you want some training on how to keep your own books, we also provide that service as well. So some people don't want or can't afford to pay for the service monthly. We actually have a class where you can take the class and learn to do your own bookkeeping. You can pretty much pick whatever software you want to use. I've always used different softwares while in employment. And even now, my clients have an array of different softwares that they use. So I'm pretty savvy in almost any type of book software that they have out there. Yeah, get your software. If you want to pay a one-time fee, own software and keep proper books and properly categorize everything, we can help you there. And it's these statements that are going to prepare you to be ready to file your business taxes. If you have anything other than a single member LLC, taxes are due March 15th of every year. If you have a single member LLC, it is filed with your personal tax returns, so it's the normal April 15th of each year. So I think that's what I have for you guys tonight. So if you want to unmute and shoot away with your questions specific to your business, any specific finance questions as it relates to business, fire away. Where did you unmute everybody?
Nope, let me do it now.
Okay, thanks.
Hold on. All right. All right. So now everybody should be able to unmute.
Hi, Donisha. This is Liz. How are you? Thank you so much for that information.
Ra, make sure you unmute, Ra.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's on.
I just wanted to find out, can you just repeat? You had said something about the LLC March 15th versus LLC April 15th. Do you mind repeating that again?
Absolutely. So if you have a
Mhm.
single member LLC, your business taxes are filed with your personal tax return. So that would be April 15th.
Okay.
And but if you have a partnership LLC, say hi to my people.
Hi, baby.
That's my grandson. So yeah, so if you have that's just a single member LLC, meaning you are 100% owner of the LLC on your own. It's filed with your personal tax return. Now you can also do a partnership LLC. That is filed completely separate from your personal tax return, and it is due March 15th, along with S corps and C corps.
Okay. Okay. Is it possible you can put your information in the chat, or if Jarrell can put it so we can contact you?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome.
Hey, Ra, what's going on?
Hey, who am I speaking with?
It's Ja.
Hey, Ja, how are you?
Great, I'm great. Thank you for that. It was informal because I was inquiring about the payroll process, like paying yourself, and then also if you have people. I'm gonna reach out to you directly because I actually have to create a DBA, but it's an association, but it's more on the politics end because the courts that I actually teach, one of the members or elders suggested I do it because my hustle is teaching tennis.
Okay.
And very short, the association would be for now to get the proper funding to get the proper equipment for the courts because we already have the attention of the commissioner for parks because we've been having meetings with community board 10 because the program I actually graduated from is trying to remodel and take over, which becomes from public to private. So
Okay.
yeah, I need some guidance with that outside of everything else.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions specific to their business? Anything related to payroll, bookkeeping, or preparation for tax returns?
Good evening. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. Thanks for asking. I wanted to say thank you for this information. I'm really just starting out. I'm working on my first Airbnb. I'm getting my stuff in order. So, Jarrell is amazing. You know, I get
He
on every
is.
time to get it. He's amazing. But I also need like a little side guidance because I know you see people getting in trouble with these
Right.
businesses and their person. You were saying pay yourself. I was like kind of wondering how does that work though?
So there are several ways to pay yourself. Obviously, a payroll service is one way. And again, we offer that payroll service. The other way to do it, if you're at the very beginning stages of your business, would be simply to make sure that the funds are going into a business account.
Okay.
Get yourself some business checks.
Okay.
And you can also you can write out a check yourself. It would be called an owner draw, or you can actually write in the memo section, payroll.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
in this case, you're paying yourself kind of like a contractor, if you will. So there's no taxes being taken out. That's the importance of a payroll service, because then you can actually W-2 yourself and have taxes paid on the funds that you're paying yourself. Watch your fingers, baby. You can pay taxes, on the funds that you're paying yourself. If you do the owner draw / payroll, you're paying yourself
Okay.
like a 1099er, which means when you do your taxes at the beginning of the year, whatever you ended up paying yourself for the year, you haven't paid tax on it. So you would have a tax liability. The only time people avoid the tax liability when they pay themselves as what I'll call a contractor with this owner draw is if you have dependents, and that's a maybe, depending on what other income sources you have, because single people don't qualify for credits, right? And I tell people all the time, a tax refund is an overpayment in taxes for qualification of credits, like earned income credit, child tax credit, the student loan credits. So if you're a single person, you generally don't really qualify for any credits because unfortunately, the IRS just doesn't give you any.
Right.
So if you're doing the owner draw, just understand that it's untaxed income and you will have a tax liability at the end of the year. This is why I recommend payroll service. This way you'll get a W-2 from your company to you. Taxes have already been paid.
Okay. All right. So to reach out, you put your info in the chat, right?
I most certainly did. I gave you guys my cell number just because you guys are in Rel's Insider Group. I didn't even give you the office number. So you guys can text me. I prefer that you text me if you want to have a conversation. Text me and let's just set up time to talk. Or if you just, certain questions that you're comfortable putting in text, I can respond, easily that way. Otherwise, just text, let's set up a time to talk, and then I can get you whatever you need.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I
do. They got me at Chuck E.
Cheese.
Cheese. Yeah, they got me at Chuck E. Cheese for real.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
Oh, you're
it.
very welcome. No problem at all. Does anyone else have any questions? All right. If nobody else has anything else for me, I'm going to get my babies home. And I do have my cell number in the chat as well as my email address. So feel free to hit me up. Our social media sites are the same. I'm not a big social media person. Well, it's been on my case about this for years. I'm not a huge social media person, but we are More Money Matters Inc. on Facebook and Instagram. But feel free to reach out to me. All right. Everybody have a good night. I'll see you guys second Monday of August.
Thank you. I'll leave this open, y'all, for just a few minutes, just in case somebody didn't get her number and her email. Go ahead and do that now. Thank you, Raisha. We appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all go inside the chat, show her some love. Let us know if you got value out of this. Go into the Discord, let us know if you got value. And stay tuned. I'll be writing in the chat in a few minutes, just talking about the upcoming calls.
All right. You all have a great night. Yes, baby girl.